If you are a protege of a senior pastor, your responsibility is to support your senior pastor, is not to destroy the work that God has placed in his hands. The role of a protege is to help in building the ministry, is not to destroy the ministry. If God has appointed you to support your senior pastor, do everything in your power to support, to encourage, and to build along. A lot of protege these days rather destroys the work instead of building the work. If you are a protege, I entreat you not to hurt your pastor. Any man of God that you cannot help, do not hurt. If you are a protege of a prophet or a pastor or a teacher or an evangelist or an apostle, you are not to discourage those whom God has brought under your leader. Many proteges are destroyers. They destroy what took their leader years to build. If you were not there when the ministry started, you are not to destroy what took years for the leader to build. And if you were there when the ministry started, it is not enough excuse to destroy what took years to build. As a protege, if you are being sent to go open a branch, it is not an opportunity to break away. It is not an opportunity to gather men around you against the ministry. If you want to do well in ministry as a protege, sow the seed of faithful followership. Many are following, only very few are following faithfully. It is possible to follow a leader and not be faithful in the followership. Don't take advantage of the opportunity you've been given by your senior pastor to raise men against him, to instigate people against him. I entreat you to be a faithful protege. We live in a time and age where everybody wants to make name for themselves. There is nothing wrong in wanting to make name. It is better to be the Caleb under your senior pastor than to be the Joshua. It is better to be Joshua than to want to be Moses. Be content with the position God has given you under your senior pastor. A protege is not to compete with the senior pastor. A protege is to complement the senior pastor. You are not to compete, you are to complement. If God has called you to be a protege, be faithful at it. Don't see it as a mere responsibility. There is no responsibility that is too small in the kingdom of God. And in the kingdom of God, service is not a right. Service is a privilege. See the position and the responsibility that your pastor has placed in your hands as a privilege. Be a protege that builds, not a protege that destroys. Be a protege that is not only following, but a protege that is faithful. I encourage you to follow faithfully. A faithful man who can find. Choose to be that faithful man that will support what God is doing in that ministry where God has placed you. You don't have to be the number one to be fulfilled. You can be fulfilled even as number 7. God bless you.